YouTube, it's time to eat!
There was two men. They were both born in the same city. They both lived on the same street. They literally lived across the street from each other. And they both decided that they wanted better. So they said, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to become a doctor. They both went to the same college. They both graduated medical school together. And they both left college with over $500,000 in debt. Can y'all believe that? Y'all know how much $500,000 is? You know what you can do with $500,000? Beautiful people, my name is William Smith. YouTube call me Winnin Will. YouTube! I'm sorry. This ain't YouTube, this Jacksonville. Jacksonville! How y'all feeling tonight? Oh, y'all look amazing. I don't know what that is, I'm from South Florida. I'm here to tell y'all one thing, that all of you are amazing. Like, you probably never heard it in your life before. I'm looking around in circles because I see so many beautiful, amazing people. Like, all of you are amazing. You're made in the image of God. I'm proud of all of you. You all have a choice. And I just want you to know that. And maybe your mom ain't tell you this, maybe your dad ain't tell you this, maybe your teacher, your grandparents never told you this. Maybe you just need to hear this, but I love you. I just want you to know that I love you. Literally. Just know that my principal told me that when I was in high school, and it made me feel good because I didn't really hear it. It's sad that in the black community we don't hear it all the time, but I love all of you. I don't know who that's for, but I got a story for you. There was two men. They were both born in the same city. They both lived on the same street. They literally lived across the street from each other. And they both decided that they wanted better. So they said, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to become a doctor. They both went to the same college. They both graduated medical school together. And they both left college with over $500,000 in debt. Can y'all believe that? Y'all know how much $500,000 is? You know what you can do with $500,000? Over $500,000 in debt. So one of them decided, man, I'm going to have to move back with my parents. I'm going to have to suffer and I got to pay this debt off. Yes, I want to live in a nice home. Yes, I want to live in a nice house. Yes, I want to drive that nice car, but I'm going to have to sacrifice and I'm going to have to live with my people to pay this debt off because I don't want my wife to suffer like I did before. I don't want my children to suffer like I did before. So when I pay this off, I'm going to move out and I'm going to live. The other guy said, oh, you know what? He said, you moving back with your people? He said, you crazy. I'm finna go live in Hollywood. I'm finna live in a big mansion. I'm finna live my life. Nah, I'm a doctor. I don't care about that. I'm making money. 30 years go by. I'm tripping. I skipped it. Forgive me. Okay. So the dude that said, I'm finna live with my peoples, you know, it took him 5 years to pay off the debt. 5 years. And then he started living with his wife. He got married. He started living the dream that he always wanted to live. The other guy, he didn't have to wait 5 years. He just got married to somebody. He just started living his life. 30 years go by, they run into each other. One guy is miserable, sad. He got divorced. His children don't talk to him. He don't even know his grandkids. His life is over. He's almost 70 years old and he's miserable. And he's still in debt. The other guy, he's smiling. He's in his 70s. He's with his grandkids. He's laughing. He's finna die happy with his wife. I don't gotta tell you who the happy person is or who the sad person is. You should know it, but the happy person is the one that sacrifices suffering. You ain't gonna get nothing in this world if you don't sacrifice yourself. They say you need to have faith because we people that love the word, but they also say faith without works is dead. Isn't it right? Amen. Amen. So the other guy who was depressed, look at what he did. He's depressed. He's gonna die sad and alone. I told this story because I want you to know one thing. That you have a choice. You have a choice with your life. I'm speaking to everybody here. I know I'm here to talk to the high school graduates, but I'm speaking to everybody here that need to hear this. You have a choice. When I graduated school, I didn't believe I had a choice. I believe I had to do what I was told to do. I believe I gotta go to college because that's the only people that's successful. I believe that if I go to the military, I'm gonna die. And I also believe that if I got a job, I'm gonna be a loser. Not realizing that God destined me for something great. And I know a lot of y'all got these thoughts in your head like, man, I'm ready to be an adult. Did my parents raise me to be an adult? What is it like to be an adult? When should I get married? They say I'm 18 and I'm 19, but I should have a house. And I just want you to know that you have a choice. It's not what people say to you that affects your life. It's not what people do to you that affects your life. It's what you tell yourself. So if you tell yourself that you're successful, that's what God said about you. God said you're successful. God said you're a winner. God said you already got the victory. Then you got the victory. I just want you to know that everything you need inside, everything you need to be successful, everything you need, every resources you need is inside you. Did you know that God got a plan for your life? The plan that God has for your life, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you ever heard this before, is you. You the plan. You the plan. It sounds crazy to hear that, but literally, you are the plan. And I'm about to tell you this story of the one because I believe I'm looking at number ones in here. And y'all probably don't know what that is, but you're going to know. Everybody just say I'm the one. I'm the standard. I'm a winner. How you feel? You feel good, ain't it? Ain't it? Now you sound a loser, you're going to say, man. But let me tell you something right now. I'm trying not to yell because I be yelling all the time. But if you ever see a successful brand, if you ever see a successful person, if you ever see a successful family, if you ever see something that's worth something, it all started with one. One person in the family said, I'm sick of it. I can't take this no more. I can't live like this anymore. I'm tired of eating canned goods. I'm tired of my mama struggling. I'm tired of wearing holes in my clothes. I had to wear holes in my clothes. I don't do that no more. It was rough. One person changed the family line forever. And I believe that you are that one. In my family, I'm the one. I'm the standard. I'm the chosen one. I'm the one that's going to make a difference. That's my brother back there. He the one too. My sister right there, she the one too. All of y'all are the one. Let me tell you something. I'm almost done too because I don't want to take up too much time. I want to give at least some of the graduates, one of the graduates to ask a question. And even somebody in the audience to ask a question, maybe to help them. But I see greatness in this room. I see conquerors in this room. I see lawyers. I see the next president. I see the next woman president in this room. I see billionaires in this room. I see innovators, world changers. Let me tell you something. Do you know that you're valuable? Do you really know that? Do y'all know what this is? Anybody know what this is? I bet y'all know what it is. Money, isn't it? They told us this ain't just any type of dollar. It's the one that everybody want, isn't it? If I bought it up, did it lose its value? If I drop it, did it lose its value? What if I do this? Did it lose its value? I seen somebody do that in the store. The man dropped his money and he stepped on it his way to the way. It's sad. Hey, I got one question for you. What about Winnin? What about Winnin? Did it lose its value? No, you can take it, right? Well, it's a fake $100 bill. You know, I ain't the face of the bill. It's going on YouTube. But, and I really don't need this number. I really ain't need it. I just wrote it down because I don't like to get in front of people and just waste their time.
That's right.
But I showed you all this to tell you what God says about you. the reason we struggle in life, the reason most of us will never be successful is because we too busy listening to what people says about us instead of knowing what God said about us. Do you know what God says about you? God says you're strong. God says you're blessed and highly favored. God says you're powerful, you're confident, you're successful, you're victorious. God says you're free from poverty. You will rise out of lack and struggle. God called you something. You are somebody. Remember that. It don't matter what happens in life. You can go to college and they can tell you you ain't good enough. You can get a job, they can fire you. You can win the lottery and lose all the money like most lottery winners do. But it don't matter what happens. You're not your current situation. You're not your GPA. You're not your test scores. You're not the car that you drive. You're not the clothes that you wear. You are successful. I love all of you. Pray for me well. My name is William Smith, and any graduate, if you got a question, I want you to ask her. Now, I gave y'all note cards just in case, like you're kind of worried about asking the questions. You can just put your information out, reach out to you, and we can speak. But do anybody, don't be scared. I'm scared too. If you got a question, ask it. Something that's probably on your mind. And I want you to know that it's okay to be afraid or not be afraid to know. It's okay to not feel like you're ready to be an adult. I didn't feel like I was ready. Becoming an adult is like getting married. You can't prepare for it. It happens. You gotta grow. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not be okay. I was going to tell y'all the story about the young man and the successful man, but that's going to take up too much time. But the main thing you need to know is that it's okay to not know. Because if you don't know, that means you can learn. And when you learn, you got the answer. So, anybody that's a graduate, do you have a question? Come on, you can come up here, you can ask it from your seat, but please stand up. Anybody? Anybody? No? Are you sure? Oh, my behind you. You ready? Hey, look. I'm going to tell you something. I know what it's like to be shy. I know what it's like to be worried about speaking and you got something in your mind. Just know that if you notice I'm speaking, I'm moving from left to right. I'm taking my time. I'm not looking at none of y'all. I'm looking at the window. It's very simple. Okay, do anybody in the audience have a question for me? That maybe a question you should have asked when you was young. Maybe something that helped them, maybe something you just curious about. If I don't got the answer, we'll figure it out. Okay, you can come up here.
Oh no, I don't want to come up. How do you define success?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you the mic.
You were talking about success and being successful. How do you define success? What is success?
Wow. That's a beautiful question, right? Well, Americans define success as having $1 billion. They define success as living in a mansion. They define success as you have it somewhere. Now, I can say, depending on the level that you're at, the money can measure how successful you are, but success starts in the mind. Yes. If you don't believe that you're successful, you can never be successful. Every battle that happens in this world, whether you're on the football field, whether you're driving, whether you're taking a test, it happens in your mind. If you're walking down the street and you got on heels and you look good, but you say I'm gonna fall, you're gonna fall. There's a lot of people that die and they're millionaires in their head. But the reason they're not millionaires in their pocket because they was millionaires, they had faith, they knew everything, but they didn't work it. Too many people are just too smart for their own good. But success starts in your mind. When you start becoming successful, there's this thing that I call the winning mentality. The winning mentality is mastering every area of your life. That's what the winning mentality is. It means you're successful. It means you're becoming the person that God created you. God made us in His image. And it's time for you to tap in that power and walk in the God mode. And a lot of people get offended. God mode, oh man. The Bible tells you in Genesis, we was made in His image. This is what God looks like as a human. So success, to answer your question, it starts in your mind. When you start believing that you're successful, you will start feeling like you're successful. Do anybody else have a question? Anybody else?
Your YouTube handle. Your YouTube handle.
You want to know the name for YouTube?
Yeah, where you at?
Oh, it's called Winnin Empire. I'm just getting started, you know. I'm just bringing it back, you know, I'm rebranding everything, but it's called Winnin Empire. It's WINNIN Empire, EMPIRE. I hope I spelled it right. I ain't never been the best speller. Nah, but yeah, it's called Winnin. I spell winning without the G. So it's called Winnin Empire. Anybody else have a question? I don't want to take up too much time. Somebody else have to come. And thank you again for your time. Pray for me. I love you all.